Not just that, as a person.
Why is she smiling?
As a person. I knew...
Why is she laughing? Wait, pause it for a second. Why is she laughing?
You want the trash, I got it all for you. Let's rehash the MAFS together.
Hello, I'm Wilko, and welcome to Wilko Rehashed on YouTube. If you like what I do, maybe this is the first time you've seen it, so you don't know yet, but just trust me, give it a thumbs up. It really does help the videos. Also, if you can subscribe, and any of your thoughts, feelings, and musings that you have, you can comment below, as always, and I try to read as many as I can. And if you want to support, you can go to rehash.com.au/donate to support the channel, or just give a little super thanks with the love heart below. It is time for you and I to get into the final rehash for The Final Commit Me for Season 12, 2025. And I don't know about you, but I'm really, really glad that we're here. It's been a long one. I'm dead inside. Before we get to any of the fun in the TV warehouse where we have to film all the trash, mess and drama for MAFS, we do start with a whip around and with Adrian and Athena, as she's, I guess, trying to brainwash him. And I didn't think it would be that way around, to be honest.
Yeah. Stay.
No, you don't, honey. You don't want that. You don't want him to stay. You want him to leave, or at least I do. Oh, there is a lot of buzz in the Love Lab Rat maze about Teejay and Beth from last night's Din Dins, and it's super boring because he just isn't interested. That's the T. He's not into it. Hey, Teejay, maybe just tell her. Maybe just say, we did it. We did it a couple of times. I'm just not really into it now. Like, I gave it a lot more time than tuning for the binny. Like, I've tried really hard. And now I just don't want it. Just don't sit on the fence. Nobody wants fence sitters.
I don't like Beth any less. I still adore her as a person. I think she's fantastic inside and out. It's just hard when I've been struggling with that connection.
Yeah, you just like her as a friend. You're like, oh, we had a bit of fun and we mucked around a couple of times, but you're just not into her like that. You've got a bit of banter, it's a bit flirty, but it's just not going to go any further. And maybe in a few years you reconnect and you've both evolved as people and maybe something changes. But for right now, it's a no, and it's okay for you to say to her it's a no. You have tried. You have both tried. Also, I don't know if Beth is that invested. She says she is, but I don't know. I just don't buy it. Although Beth is saying, let's do the whole, let's try it on the outside and see if we can give it a go. But I don't think he can do that, because to him, trying on the outside is some sort of commitment. And this guy's terrified of commitment. You got to admit, though, the constant yeah, no, absolutely. Look, I'd like to be transparent, fence-sitting bullshit would be extremely frustrating. Guys, you wouldn't believe it. Jack is back, and she's feeling herself after having a complete and utter breakdown at the Din party.
So I'm really proud of myself, and I did an absolutely exceptional job last night, but I do think this experiment's good for Ryan. There's so much he needs to learn, and he'll probably have to rewatch his behaviour, but I do think he's really lucky to be with me, and I do think that this relationship can repair itself and move forward, because Ryan never expressly said that he doesn't want to be here with me and that he wants to go home. And when I was asking him, do you see anything in me that you want to keep working on, he kind of just went silent. He didn't say no. Which, in my mind, when Ryan does this, it means he's writing stay.
I'm writing leave.
Oh, that's such good editing. Oh, Jack, I am so done. And I really feel like maybe the rest of the country is feeling the same. At least the sweet baby angels who watch this channel, because I had a little flick through the comments last night after our most recent video. Apart from a couple of real Jacqui stans, everybody's just saying, what's going on? It's not even like they're that mad about it. They're just like, what's happening? We're all very, very confused, considering what you say off the show now and what we see on the show. And after that chat that he had with you in the last episode at the Din saying, Jacqui, you don't like me, and that's okay. You know he's writing leave, right? You know this, right? You get this. I know you don't get a lot, but you get this. And that is all the time we have for the whipping around, because Dave is on the commitment couch with Jamie and he's talking about, I don't know, it being stepping stones, their relationship. And it hasn't been easy, each stone that they've gotten to. I feel like all the stones were pretty easy, and then one of them was like, whoa, and then you like swap bodies with someone, and that guy who swapped bodies with wasn't great. And now it seems like you're kind of back, but I don't know. He does say, though, even though it hasn't been easy, he does have feelings.
My feelings have grown, and I've been showing up, and she's been receptive of the gestures I've made, and that's helped me come out of my shell. Now I know that they're not as strong as where Jamie is, but I can feel the feelings coming on. And I'm just going to ask Jamie, do you feel like the last week has been great for us?
It has been really good for us, but it doesn't take away the concern part.
I don't know. I can't tell if Dave is just saying what he needs to get to the end, or if he really did just have a small breakdown and lost himself for a hot second. I don't know. I do need your thoughts and feelings on this, because I'm alone with my thoughts a fair bit when it comes to MAFS. So your comments really do give me different perspectives, even if I wholeheartedly disagree. Speaking about people in the comments, some people are still utterly convinced that he and V did some extra marital funny business, but Jamie has denied it in all the media I have seen her do. Kim, let's pop up this comment. Kim had a complete and utter conniption. She said, why do people forget Dave was also involved, caps locks, in other people's business right alongside Jamie? Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, okay, there's too many. Let's just call it what it is. Number one, Dave lost interest after sleeping with Jamie for the first time. 2, Jamie should have clocked that and left. 3, Dave did something with Veronica. I love how positive she is about that, and really couldn't fake the funk. I'd even say he resented being stuck with Jamie and treated her like shit. She also says apparently Dave had initially auditioned to be on F by Island. Apparently we don't need to see Dave as a victim, but I don't think I ever saw Dave as a victim. Were people saying, oh no, not Dave? Like, he's the one who like went weird for a second. Was anyone treating him like a victim? Kim, colour me confused with your comment. And whilst Dave has been doing his emotional Houdini, you know what I mean? Oh, where did he go? Jamie has also been doing a bit of Black Eyed Peas and asking, where is the love?
At the moment, I don't think I'm in love with Dave.
Ooh,
I think there's an element of being scared, though.
I think, from my point of view, I feel like we're in a good spot, and I feel like that I do have hope for us.
Okay, so he has hope, and Dave says they're in a different spot now, and he especially, and I don't know. 2 Shillings during this is doing her best face, like pretending to do her job. Yeah, okay, and she's speaking very softly. Yeah, okay. You guys need to work a bit harder. Also, relationships go up and down. We go through tough times, we go through good times and bad times. So I don't know why Long John would say this.
The two of you as a couple, you don't look the way you used to look. We've seen you throughout the experiment with passion, chemistry, excitement, and now at the final commitment ceremony, we've got nothing. I don't even know you, Jamie.
Oh.
I'm sitting here listening to you thinking, what happened to you?
Well, don't kick her while she's down, mate. Jesus Christ. Again, I'm not an expert nor an expert, but I don't think that's really helping the relationship, is it? Sometimes I think these 3 on the couch are just trying to be dramatic for dramatic's sake. Like, I get it, you're on the payroll and this is entertainment, but really, if we're looking for guidance, it should come from you 3.
I can honestly say I can see it happening one day. I could fall in love with you. I know that I've messed up, but we can make this work. I came here for love. I don't want to be scared anymore. I know I've heard it. I know she's struggling, and I know what my job is, and I got to keep showing up and just build that connection, because I've felt it before, and I'm goddamn going to feel it again. So
yeah, is he saying that he felt lovey feelings before? Like love feelings, not just like brief romantic feelings. Because remember, we know the difference between love and romance now. And he's just trying to find them again. I'm not sure that I buy it all, but it does seem like he's being genuine here. Jamie obviously loves that he's getting all emotional. Oh, Jesus. Speaking straight to his soul. Dave also admits that he was just being a stupid little boy, and he can be that at times. And yeah, you can't use that excuse always. You know what I mean? Anyway, they both write stay, and I guess we'll see them in the final week and then at the final vows. Moving on to Ree and Jeff, and apparently homestays were just so easy for them. And even though 2 Shillings heard about the key being handed over from Jeff to Ree, she really put her best acting in here.
I gave Ree a key to my apartment.
like a laughing version of those clowns at the Sideshow Alley. Was that too much of my mouth open? Yeah. Well, if it doesn't work here, we can put it on OnlyFans. Anyway, she already knew that news, so calm down. They, as in Jeff and Ree, have never had an argument, apparently. And I'm not one of those people who says that you need to have arguments in relationships, but you do need to have conflict in a relationship to be able to work past the conflict. So it does worry me a little bit. But looking at the poll that I put up in our group on Instagram, it seems like you all think that Jeff and Ree have the most likely chance of surviving this experiment.
I'm on my way to falling in love. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel the exact same way. I couldn't be happier with where we're at, and feelings are very strong for Ree, and yeah, it's definitely on that way.
Okay, we're all on that way. Like Jamie's the only one who said that she's in love with someone and that didn't go well. So everyone's just going to go, yeah, like I'm on my way. I'm not going to say it here on the telly. That's crazy, Jamie. They both obviously stay, and they're the only couple that might actually have some staying power from season 12. I don't have hopes for anyone else. Ree claims the experiment is actually the best thing she's ever done, which is interesting considering that's not what other people from this season have said. And when I say other people, I mean like Jack and Lauren and... well, even Elliot now doesn't really speak too poorly of it. Who else? Oh, how could I forget? Morena. Over to Beth and TJ, who are definitely going to make it work on the outside. Rampola asks, how are you? And then TJ's like, all right.
How are you?
Oh, all right. Thank you. How are you?
I meant like in general, do both.
Did he think she was flirting with him? Oh, I'm all right. How are you? Do you come here often? Yeah, I've seen you around here before. Like, we've definitely sat across from each other before. Yeah, so what's your name? I think Ramps is actually single, so go for it, TJ. It is all explained, everything from the homestays and the whole, he slept with her fiasco, even though he doesn't have feelings for her, even though he previously said he would only sleep with someone that he had feelings for so they could, intertwine the souls.
I know there's a connection issue between Beth and I. From where I was sitting at that point,
Bad Wi-Fi.
I was scared to give a yes or a no because in my mind, there are things missing for both of us.
See, that's what we're forgetting in this too, like, because he's handling it so poorly. Beth isn't like 100% into TJ. She's doing the whole, like, we'll see what happens on the outside, but he doesn't want to say that because I think he just wants to be really single at the end of this. Because no one watched him on Big Brother, but people have definitely watched him on MAFS and he's going to clean up. Rampola is laying it all at TJ's feet, and I don't know if she's going hard on him because he deserves to have some of it laid at his feet, or maybe she just wants to like get him all hot and flustered and then she'll like bail him up in the bathroom. Rampola does actually refer to him as dishonest.
But I don't think the romantic connection is growing for me. That's just where I'm at right now. I just don't feel that side of our connection building.
Why is it not growing?
I'm not sure if I can put my finger on it. And
You're just not that into her.
Are you asking me that question now? I don't think it's as simple as that though.
Do you think it can change for you, TJ?
Right now, I don't think there could be anything drastic to change for me to grow romantic feelings over the next 2 weeks. I really don't.
Oh, that was worded weird. Pause it. I don't think anything drastic could change. What? Does he mean like nothing drastically could change in my feelings or nothing drastically would have to change for my feeling? Anyway, it seems confusing. Either way, I just don't think he's into her and that's the end of that story. I don't think we need to dig too deep. He tried more than many of the others. In the end, he has handled it very, very poorly. Isn't it crazy when someone doesn't have feelings for someone and they realize it, but they don't want to say it out loud and then they're trying to like dance around it to be nice or something, that they just make it way worse. I don't think TJ's deliberately being a bad guy. I just think he's an idiot. Executed this extremely poorly. He tried to get out looking like a good guy because he just wants to be the good guy, the pretty good guy. But sometimes you have to be the bad guy. Even if you just, especially if you're sharing your true feelings, that's more important than just being the good guy. And I guess it's easy when everyone's pretending and you can only fake it for a short amount of time. Am I right, Dave? Real life is always going to catch up with you. So at the dinner party, TJ was like, oh, you're not holding me captive. I'm not going to be mad if you write stay, but he didn't feel like he was going to write stay. I think he definitely was going to write leave, but Beth was trying to get for him to say, well, do you want me to write leave? And then he wasn't being clear with that. So where's it going to land?
I wrote stay.
Oh, yeah.
And that I wrote leave.
Well, of course he did. Why didn't you tell her to write leave, you idiot? What are you doing? Like, finally, TJ has been somewhat honest, and then after that, they immediately go to that decision, and now it's just so awkward. Beth says it feels crap because... Well, I get it. She wanted to see if you were going to write leave so she could write leave. And now you're both trapped. And there's no way that you guys are going to head to final vows. Like, what is happening? Also, this whole thing of like, if one of them writes stay, then they both need to stay. We need to change that for next season because it's just bullshit. It doesn't help and it means nothing. Like, if someone wants to leave, they can just leave unless you ask Morena. And she was held against her will the entire time.
We don't need politicians. The time for word salad is over.
Yeah, and the time for all of you to do your fucking job started 12 years ago, but that hasn't kicked in, so... Moving on to Adrian and Athena. John is shocked that Adrian had such a good time in Perth, and I'm shocked that none of you have called him out on any of his previous behaviour, but we just push it all right under the carpet, don't we? It's brought up about the whole distance and moving and her being a mum, but Adrian isn't moving to Perth. So why did you guys pair two people together who can't really move? And also, if you knew that he didn't want kids, this is one of the shadiest pairings. Adrian is asked if Athena was the right person for him, and he doesn't really have the answer like totally on hand.
Do you think Athena could be that right person for you?
Good question.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm thinking about it.
Oh, yeah,
I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I want to answer it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It has to be when I'm
shocked
ready.
by that.
I'm not in love right now, but I definitely know I have strong feelings for Athena, and I can sort of see myself being over there, not right now, but it's a conversation we have to have this week before we get to the final vows. So if I didn't think there was any future, I wouldn't be here.
I would love to see some of their productive chats, you know, their conversations that are actually productive. Like, I know we're here for the trash, mess and drama, but I don't think I've seen them ever have like a constructive chat where they've built some like future plans and gone, okay, well, I guess we can do this. Like, we can make it work. Like every relationship does. Like, I did long distance, but nothing about the situation with her son is really sort of dug down on. And being a mum is such a big part of her. That was very big in the narrative at the start, and we've really just buried that. Oh, it's fine. With this relationship, we love pushing everything under the carpet.
You know, we all have these expectations of what we think our life's going to look like. But again, I believe in God, and sometimes God redirects our path. And I think because I'm so open and honest, and so was she, that we can see her comfortable on the couch right now, looking into the future.
Okay, well, yeah. Look, I have no problem with you being religious and believing in any God that you want, but you can't just use God for your shitty decisions. So if you end up being a dick to her after the show finishes, you can't just go, well, that's God's plan. God's plan was for me to sort of ditch you and just be a dick to you. And anyway, I feel like every word that he says is a complete crock of shit, and he is playing a smarter game now, but I still don't believe it because he's playing a game. Anyway, they both write stay and whatever. Over to Karina and Paul, and the Frenchman is raving about the homestay, and the next logical step is actually her meeting his parents. But my question is, why did we never see Paul's homestay? Why didn't we see your home? Why didn't we go there? That's so weird. We just glossed over your entire homestay. Like, we saw some religious stuff, and then there was like, hey, do you want to be religious? And he was like, oh, I'm open-minded. And that was kind of it.
I have some very, 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 very strong feelings for Karina. Like now after homestay, I can potentially see myself, you know, falling in love with Karina for sure.
We can see that.
Oh, yeah, John. Give us one more very and I'll believe you. And I'm very, 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 very dubious about this whole thing. I don't believe you're there for Karina, Paul, but good job. You've done well. Like, if you believe even just like a skerrick that has come out in the media about their relationship and the stuff that happened behind the scenes during filming, then we're really painting a very rosy picture of their relationship just before final vows. Anyway, apparently they both write stay.
It's called a French kiss.
Oh, is that what it is? Because I thought it was just a kiss with tongue. Does a French kiss is only the ones that you do with French people? In that case, I lied. I've never had a French kiss in my life. And obviously they are saving the best until last. And when I say best, I mean the worst. I just can't believe how over the last couple of weeks, so much of their relationship has been living in my brain. But here we are, Jack and Rai.
At times I felt I haven't had a partner, I've had a critic.
You said a lot of things last night.
Yep.
But one of the things that really stood out to me was that you said to Jacqui that you don't really feel like she ever accepted you as a man.
Not just that, as a person.
Why is she smiling?
As a person. And I knew...
Good.
Why is she laughing? Wait, pause it for a second. Why is she laughing? I guess she's either under increased mental stress or she's trolling everybody again. You know how she loves to troll them. Either that or she's heavily medicated. I can't keep up to date with which stories which and when stuff happened in her whole like off-air narrative now. Like Jacqui, you must be able to watch this and go, well, he's sharing something and you're laughing, and that's not going to look good for you, and you can't blame the editors for that because it wasn't taken out of context. That just happened. Yikes.
He always says, I have to support him as a man, and it's man and wife, and I taught him that you don't speak to me like that. You have to say husband and wife. We're in a relationship, so it's a thing of respect.
Well, if we're talking about respect, Jacqui, you don't have respect for a lot of people ever, but I agree with you. Ryan is terrible. She goes on to say that she isn't working on Rai like a project, which is actually laughable and something that she would be allowed to laugh at because that comment is ridiculous.
And I have a whiteboard, I have a vision board, which is set up in my family room. And it was blank. It had a to-do list and a goal list, right? And I just knew there's things that Jacqui will find distasteful. You shouldn't make lists about things you want to improve in your partner because that just makes them feel belittled. It makes them feel not good enough.
It's so tough because I can clearly see all the things that Jacqui has done to lie, and also, she has dismissed this guy in every way possible. But he also speaks to Jacqui like she is a pet. The way he speaks to her, it's like she's property and she must do things the way that he says, and he does belittle her. So they're both just really awful. And at this point, I don't feel bad for either one of them. People, there was one lady who said that I went too hard on Jacqui in our most recent video where I was going through all the stuff that she's been sharing online. And I disagree. I feel like I could go harder on Jacqui, but it's got to be balanced out because Ryan is also a deadbeat. Jacqui has been caught out lying a number of times, and the story that she's telling everyone keeps changing depending on when she's telling it and who she's telling it to. And if she's under incredible mental stress, which I don't doubt that doing a show like this would be very stressful, if she was mentally unstable before going on this show, then I can't say that she was telling maybe the powers that be that she has to get all the boxes ticked before she'd be allowed on a show like this, if she was even telling them the truth. Because who knows what the truth is?
I feel like probably like sleeping times. Ryan doesn't like it if I wake up early to go to the gym or I accidentally wake him up. And
really?
Yeah, that time he got really mad at me when I woke up early to go to the gym. And
I'm sorry, I don't recall that.
What else you got for us, Jacqui?
The cleanliness around the kitchen. Sometimes Ryan just leaves his bowls and the dishes out.
God, it's so little and petty,
I let
isn't
him
it?
now watch TV in the bedroom, which is a massive compromise for me.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I did ask if he could turn the TV off, and he kind of wanted to argue a little bit more and get more time in the TV, and I was trying to sleep, and it was 12:30 at night.
Oh, God. It's like he's a child and mum's sort of like giving him all these restrictions, and it's just the weirdest dynamic ever. Okay, so on the list, what do we have? Sleeping times, cleanliness, watch TV in the bedroom, just all the most low-level petty things that she's had to really compromise on. And maybe the big bad editors actually cut out all of the genuine concerns that she had and replaced it with just her laughing maniacally and this. Oh, God. Again.
You'll be okay.
Jacqui, can you just take some deep breaths?
Yeah, I do understand that I'm idealistic at times, and maybe I'm unrealistic. But I think the things I stand hold on are things that are pretty important, like respect and healthy communication, not being yelled at. Like, it's those things that I really hold him to account for, and those are the things that trigger him.
Right. Okay. Well, I agree with you. He doesn't communicate with you healthily, but neither do you. Like, just take ownership over something. Did you during this time, and they just cut it out? Ryan says he doesn't like her crying, but he also still can't live up to her standards. The crying, and it's tough to call it that, I don't know. But she has said in the media, and I don't know if you remember from the last video we did, but the editors take out the actual tears, not physically. So she starts to cry and they grab that bit and then they remove the actual tears and then they just put the end bit when the tears are gone. It's also farcical. Bottom line is, this guy can never do enough. He will never be enough for her, and she will never be anything that he wants. Apart from, like, she's attractive, and I think he was into that. And I think he might like a bit of crazy, but I don't know if he can, like, handle all of this.
Didn't feel like enough to meet your standards.
Why do you feel like it isn't enough?
Because you wrote all the standards.
He's explained himself. He's explained himself on the couch the whole time. You clearly didn't listen.
Because I complain about things that are normal.
What?
Huh?
What?
Scolding and yelling at me and not standing up for your wife. Like, that's normal behaviour.
I don't know if he does yell. Well, I guess there was that text message from Jeff where someone heard him yelling. So he definitely has yelled at least once. But he does speak to her really terribly, like awfully, like puts her down. And it's just, it's gross. But Jacqui doesn't see anything that Jacqui does. I just want them both to go away. That's where I'm at. I don't know about you. I just want go away. Oh, I'm such a grown-up today.
There's certain behaviour that I don't tolerate.
Jacqui, I think you're very wrapped into how it makes you feel instead of just going, I've hurt this man and this is where I've gone wrong.
I don't want to be scolded at.
So you don't see when you point out specific things to Ryan that can make him feel like he's not accepted by you as a person? Because we've observed it throughout many weeks. It's been the entire experiment.
Could you please, like, refer to it?
Oh, so many times we've heard about his intellectual capacity not being up to par.
Yeah, and that's just one thing. Like, she has called him dumb so many times, and he has also spoken down to her so many times. So it's pretty even. And now the stuff that Ryan is saying to people who troll him online is just disgusting. And what she is saying about Ryan and other people is also disgusting. I just, if you're doing it for fame, this is not the way to get famous. She truly just cannot see her behavior in this show. I wonder what she sees now. Like, does she have any awareness?
Yeah, I did. Yes, I asked him why I didn't want to be great.
Yeah. What does that imply? It implies that you don't think he's great, that you're not embracing him.
I'm embracing now. Oops.
Jesus Christ.
Even the fight you picked the other day about my facial hair.
I'm trying to understand why you keep treating me like this, Ryan.
Treating you like what?
What? Like, for example, at homestays. Why you sat there while your friends yelled at me?
Don't bring it back to that.
I don't even know what to say about this. He should have said to his friends, hey, guys, calm down a little bit. This is not the way that you should speak to someone that I'm in this experiment with, blah, blah, blah. He should have absolutely done that. And then I also get that his friends were trying to stick up for him because you've done a lot of shitty stuff. And you just don't take any responsibility for any of it, but then you expect him to take all this responsibility. All I can do is make noises at this point. There's nothing we can say apart from make it stop.
There's parts of his behaviour that I can't accept, but I do accept Ryan as a person. Yes,
what?
I do.
Parts of him.
I'm a little confused. How does the acceptance have conditions?
Because I don't accept being spoken to in rude tones. I don't accept being scolded. I don't accept the way you tell me what to do.
Yeah, good. Don't accept all these things. That's good. You shouldn't accept all that because the way that he speaks and his tone and that's all terrible. So you shouldn't accept those things. But why do you accept the shitty things that you do? Why is it okay for you to do the shitty things, which are very similar?
Unfortunately, I wrote leave.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to talk it out, have some healthy communication, because this is the first time I've kind of heard Ryan be upset. I've been trying to get the opportunity to speak to you, and I tried so much last night because that's all I wanted. So that's why I wrote stay, so that we could talk about it, resolve things. What?
Why?
I didn't want to.
Why did you write stay when you've expressed unhappiness at multiple intervals?
Express happiness as well, Ryan.
Oh, yeah, so much happiness. Just complete and utter joy. And none of this works into her narrative now. Like, you've stayed again. Why? Why? Why would you stay? I think you made some huge errors during filming of this for whatever reason, and now you're trying to like deflect and make it seem like it's everyone else's problem, but not take any ownership over your own. Staying right now is absolutely and utterly unhinged. Also saying that this is the first time that you've heard he was upset. What are you talking about? You guys had nothing but mean words to say to each other on so many occasions. He also tried to get you to like, just write leave. It's like, you don't like me, Jacqui, and that's okay. It's pretty obvious to me that he was saying like, let's wrap it up.
I've only just heard about your hurt.
Only now?
I think Ryan is worth fighting for, yeah.
You think he's worth fighting for? I can't. So the story in the media that you're giving now is that you knew that it wasn't going to work between you and Ryan after the first couple of days, and yet now you're saying, oh no, I think he's worth fighting for, and this is right at the end? None of this makes sense, lady.
If you want to go, you can go. It's okay. I just say we talk about it and then we can just leave. I just wanted to talk about it, that's all.
We will have a conversation.
But you talked yesterday.
We will talk. We'll talk.
That also sounded a little bit threatening. We'll talk. Will you just talk, Ryan? It's all insane given this crazy unhinged narrative that you're giving in the media right now. The experts say that this is a chance to see if the words have landed for Jacqui specifically, and like that's going to work. Just let them out. They shouldn't be here anymore.
Every time I try and understand, he just shuts down, and it made me think that he's actually not capable of healthy communication. But like, I wanted that peace. So I just really wanted to see if we could make this happen one last time. I think he owes it to the relationship.
To the relationship? Oh, gee. Yeah, you're both going to talk and then nobody will listen and it's only going to get worse, and I guess we'll all watch it in the next episode. Okay. And speaking of the next episode, what's this?
Rolling?
Yeah.
Thank you for waiting. Thanks. Check everything. Okay.
Audition.
That's good.
Giddy.
Are you?
What?
Who are these people? What is happening? All right, seeing it is the last Commit Me of the season, I need you to write in the comments, and this is just between you and me, if you're going to stay or leave. And after great consideration, just looking at you, and I know what we've been through over these last couple of months, but I think just for you and, for this relationship, I'm going to stay. But whatever you are going to do, whatever your decision is, put it, and I will be hurt if you write leave. Let me know if you're going to stay or leave in the comments below. If you can support, go to rehash.com.au/donate. Make sure you comment, and I'll see you in another episode tomorrow.